Hey, bonjour there, everybody. Today is Wednesday, June the 3rd, 2020, and this is my update in regards to COVID 19. There's currently 266 total cases in Lambton County, 210 recoveries, 24 deaths. That means that there are presently 32 active cases in our county, and there are no active cases in the Kettle Stony Point First Nation. So, good news. I want to start off by thanking all of the volunteers, all of the employees that have put in the hard work to make sure that we've kept our community safe, kept the virus at a minimum, and allowed us to be safe here in the community. That's a really big deal. Cases across First Nations in Ontario are relatively low, and Kettle and Stony Point here, we had 4 cases in total that were confirmed. That's fairly low numbers considering we have 2,500 members both on and off reserve, with around 11 to 1,200 people living on the reserve. So very good percentages wise in regards to COVID-19. So pat yourselves on the back for staying home and staying safe, limiting the spread. As you're probably aware, the Premier of Ontario, Doug Ford, extended the state of emergency until the end of June. Of course, the First Nation will follow suit with the province in regards to the state of emergency and making sure that we're keeping those measures in place to keep our community safe. Our food distribution has wrapped up for the time being. We're poised to reactivate if things escalate again in the second wave. Our isolation center beds have arrived. The equipment is arriving. We have some new sanitation devices coming in next week, so we'll have that ready in case things are bad in the second wave. And we're still practicing those good practices of physical and social distancing, hand washing, and limiting our travel to essential needs only. So congratulations, Kettle and Stony Point. You've done a great job on preventing the spread of this. Thank you to all the volunteers out there that are still doing your part to help your neighbors and help your family and do good. Pretty difficult time emotionally and mentally for many people out there. A lot of deaths in our community, and if you put on any form of media, you'll see that across the border, our friends to the south there are having a great deal of strife out there. It seems like with all of this change in the world and new limitations and added stressors on our lives, that it just took one thing to tip over the entire country of the United States. And my heart goes out to those that are suffering, that have lost, whether it was through deaths of COVID-19 or it was, through police brutality. It's a very sad thing. I know Premier Doug Ford has said that the racism in Ontario and Canada is not as deep-rooted. But I think he's incorrect. I think that there's a different way of racism showing itself here in this country, but the racism is here and is deep-rooted. 25 years ago, an unarmed protester was shot and killed by the Ontario Provincial Police. That was led and guided and sanctioned by the government. And we're well aware of that. That's a well-documented instance here. And things haven't changed that much. There's still a lot of division, racism, and strife in this province and country. And those are just added stressors, when it comes to our people and it comes to this difficult time in COVID-19. So I applaud to you, like I have many times, to take care of yourselves in a balanced way. Take care of yourselves mentally, physically, emotionally. Myself, I took a few days off to try and regain some mental and physical strength there. Worked hard outside in my yard, fixing things up there, put my hands to the earth, working in the dirt, replanting my yard, and just creating a distraction for myself mentally, so to speak. It was a well-spent 4 days just regrouping there. I feel great. And back to the grindstone, working on some long-standing activities in the First Nation and also planning and working with the Community Control Group on being prepared for the next wave. Chief and Council had a face-to-face meeting, exercising social distancing last week. And we meet again next week to keep governance initiatives in the First Nation moving forward. So thanks for listening. Stay home, stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll check in again next week unless there's some urgent or emergent need for a check-in sooner. So remember, don't panic, eat Bannock.